Ramachandra, because we shifted the days to get the weekend time. Already that appearance day has already passed. Well, that's usually a very strong lecture about following one's duty and about one's dharma and about keeping one's word and such things, because that is the foundation of what we're doing. First Lord Ram comes as Maryada Purushottam to lay down the rules. And then Lord Krishna comes and shows how you can bend the rules under certain circumstances, showing that there are different levels of importance of Dharma. And then Lord Chaitanya comes and just throws the whole thing out and just gives everyone love of God, even if they're completely unqualified. Mage va, namage iha, patra va apatra. Ihar vichar nahe, jani deya macha. Lord Chaitanya, he accepts people whether they want to or not, whether they're candidates or not, whether they're qualified or not. He just gives love to God. Therefore, he's called Prema Purushottam, because he distributes prema. And that's what Rupa Goswami found to be the topmost quality of Lord Chaitanya. As he said, that he is Moho Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. That he's not just giving Krishna, but he's giving Krishna Prema. That's very rare. Krishna himself is called Lila Purushottam because he performs pastimes. And those pastimes are relished by Lord Chaitanya and his associates, and they're relished by all the devotees in the Gaudiya Sampradayas, and even in other Sampradayas, but particularly in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. So it's a rather interesting concept as a history of religion. And we look at all of the acharyas. Similar to the Judeo-Christian line. Because in the Abrahamic religions have Abraham, and he set down very strict rules. So the Judaic tradition is very strict about Shabbat. They must follow at a certain time after late afternoon on Friday, no more working, no more traveling, so on and so forth. And that continued for quite some time. And they had so many acharyas in their line until Lord Jesus came, who was himself a Jew, and he preached that surrender and love is the essence of the religion. So it's somewhat similar. So in Kali Yuga, the essence has to be emphasized, and the process has to be simplified. Therefore, we said about Lord Chaitanya that Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas, that the worshipful Supreme Lord is the son of Nanda Maharaj. It's not Vishnu, it's not Sankarshan, it's not Ram or Nrsimha, other lords. But although they're all God, Aradhya Bhagavan means that form of God that you worship, the one who is your Ishtadev, the one you worship in your heart, the one you long for, the one you think of. Will you bow down to all of them, that you relish in your heart this son of Nanda Maharaj, Rajesha Tanayas. And Tadama Vrindavana, his abode is Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is, in that sense, non-different from Krishna himself. That every leaf is calling out Radhe Radhe, and Krishna himself is calling out Radhe Radhe. And Lord Chaitanya comes there also, and he's also calling Radhe Radhe. And his students don't understand this. And they question him, why you are chanting the names of the gopis? You were chanting the name Krishna, that is, he is the Supreme Lord. And Lord Chaitanya becomes angry and chases them with a stick. And then they tell the elder Brahmins, this Nimai Pandey has become a madman. But he was in his bhav. He's absorbed in his mood of love. He doesn't want to be encumbered upon. He doesn't want to be pushed with rules and regulations. He has his feelings, that's all. The students may be very learned. They may know what one should do, what one should not do. But Lord Chaitanya reacts in a very unusual way. Some other followers of Lord Chaitanya also have unusual behavior, such as Nityananda Prabhu, who is called Avaduta Chandra. He strips his clothes off and runs naked. He takes the breast milk of Malini, the wife of Srivas Thakur. He rides on the back of the crocodiles into Shantipur. He throws Mother Sachi's sweets on the wall and claims that he doesn't know how they got there. And Pundarak Vidyanidhi, although apparently a worldly man with perfumed hair and fine silk clothing and beautiful boudoir, he kicks the pillows off his bed and thrashes back and forth when the name of Krishna is mentioned. So we have some examples like this. There's a traditional story about Sanat Goswami going to Govardhan every day and stopping in Mathura to beg alms. To beg alms? And along the way he sees Krishna with some young boy, and they're playing some street game, hitting the ball with a stick. I told about this one, called Huli Danda. So whoever loses has to carry the other boy on his shoulders. So Krishna wins again, and the boy's carrying him around on his shoulders. And then the next game Krishna loses. So the boy says, now it's your turn to carry me. Krishna says, oh no, I'm not carrying you. He says, yes, you lost, you must carry me. Krishna says, I don't want to carry you. He starts to run away, and the boy's chasing him with the danda, the stick. And Krishna runs up the steps of a temple and hides behind some columns, and the boy comes up there screaming, where are you? And the pujari comes out and he says, what's this noise here? And he snatches the young boy. He says, don't come in the temple with a stick, you rascal, I'll beat you. And the boy was sent away, and Krishna's like hiding behind, looking, at the boy who he just ran away from. Sanatana Goswami is seeing all of these. So he comes back the next day, and he sees that the boys and Krishna are having khichdi. The boy's mother is cooking khichdi for the boys, and she's stirring the khichdi on a chuli, on a stove, nice pot, and the lady doesn't look so clean. She is Brijabasi. She just got up, and Sanatana Goswami asked her, Arya Mata, you've taken your snan? You have taken your bath? And she says, no, I didn't have time, the boys are hungry. Arya Mata, you should take a bath first before you start to cook. And she says, yeah, you're right. And she has this stick that she's mixing the khichdi, and at the same time she's putting it in her mouth and like cleaning her teeth with the same stick. Cleaning her teeth and then putting it in a pot. Arya Mata, what are you doing? You can't. This is Bhagavan, Krishna. How you can give to him? Oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. You get a proper spoon and take your bath, then you can cook it. Never do this again. She says, yes. Abhishayo, I promise. Okay, so then the next day he comes again. And he sees the boy and Krishna sitting there waiting and the lady's cooking khichdi. But this time Krishna's like this. With forlorn face, like bored and very disgusted by this. And Sanatana Goswami could understand that. Actually, Krishna was enjoying the fact that the woman was putting so he likes because the woman was spontaneously cooking. She didn't know all the rules, but she was cooking with her heart, with her feelings. So therefore, Krishna disregarded these rules and he just accepted the love. And Sanatana Goswami felt bad because he thought, I chastised that woman, but actually she was pleased with the Lord. Of course, you have the same thing even in Ram Leela. Shabari Mata, she was eating the bare fruit to taste, to make sure it was sweet, because if it's not ripe, it's very sour. So she's biting into each fruit, and the clean, sweet ones she would put in one basket, and the sour ones she would throw away. So she heard that Lord Ram is coming, so she's waiting, And he comes and she comes to him with a big smile. And she has a basket, and he looks and he says that each fruit has like a nick, a bite in it and he understands, but she's offering, these are the sweet ones, my Lord. I tasted them myself. So the Lord Ram's and he said, "Thank you, Mata." And the ladies with tears of love offering. And of course, if you go further, Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Bhargena Yakalpita, the gopis of Vrindavan, is considered the highest worship of God. But who are they? They're just gopis. They're village girls. They're taking the stool from the cow, making those, right? And so it will dry, and they will use that for cooking. Their hands are full of cow dung. Their feet are full of cow dung. Their house is made of cow dung. Gobar. When you mix half earth and half cow dung, it's called gobar. And it looks actually very nice. It's clean. It's smooth. But for ordinary people, how I could live in this place with cow stool and some grass on the hut. They just go milk the cows. They bring back the milk on a pot on their head, which somehow they've practiced enough that they can walk and keep the pot on top. And Krishna comes and teases them. He'll tickle them and the pot will fall down. And then the mothers of these poor girls will come to Mama Yashoda and they will give their report. Your son is chastised, he's coming to disturb my daughters. They're bringing milk. It's not good. They're young girls. And plus we're not getting any milk. Well, the milk falls down and the young girls, my daughters, are embarrassed. Their son's coming and tickling them. Madhushoda turns to Krishna. Ayalala, you're doing like this? and Krishna's so innocent. She says, "No, Mata, I didn't do like that. These gopis are talking crooked. They didn't do." And so how is it that they say like, "Oh, I'm just walking by, the gopis carrying their pots. They asked me to help to keep the pot straight. So I don't know what they want me to help them, so I want to help them. So I climb up them. I have to grab onto something, and then they laugh and they drop the pot. It's not my fault." And I should have said, "See, my son is innocent. He's a young boy. Why he will do like this for you? Just go away." Ramyakachi, Upasana, Rajavadu, Vargena Yakalpita. So Lord Chaitanya, this is the highest worship of God of these young girls. How it can be. They also have buffaloes. Yeah, buffaloes too. Cows, a buffalo, cow dung. Buffalo. Not bull. Buffalo. In India, that's practically all you can see now. Buffalo. Well, what did they do? Gopis, they're not so clean. They don't know any Vedic mantras. They're not chanting japa. They're not doing any yagya. They don't give in charity, and usually, because they have nothing. They haven't bathed in the Ganga or any famous places of worship. They haven't gone to Sri Rangam or Rishikesh. Or somehow Krishna appreciates them. And it's all in the Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam, the highest, most pure evidence for all religious teachings. That's in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's called the Amala Purana. There's 18 Puranas, 6 in goodness, 6 in passion, 6 in ignorance. Or should we say, 6 for those in ignorance, 6 for those in passion, and 6 for those in goodness. Because the Puranas are not in the Mojana. But they are geared towards people at certain levels. Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, like this, they are Sattvic Purana. Bhagavatam Purana is considered to be also in that 6, but actually it's higher than all of them. Everybody wants Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. They want to be religious and to be known to be religious. They want money. They want to get sense gratification for the money. And then ultimately when they get disgusted, they want to get liberation. Moksha. But Lord Chaitanya said, no, there's another thing. The highest kind of goal. Pancha Purushartha. It's Prema Pumartha Maham. The highest goal is love. Love of God. And that's the highest teaching. Prema Pumartha Maham. Open your heart, think of Krishna. Everything you're doing is for this, to soften your heart, open your heart, think of Krishna. Do something for Krishna with a sense of excitement. Oh, he'll be pleased. All the artis, all the bowing down, all the kirtan, all the japa, all the classes, all the shastra, all the shlokas, everything just for this one. So you can just, even for a second, just think of Krishna with love. Oh, it's nice, beautiful hair. Krishna has beautiful hair. Curly, there's some slight blue tinge to it. And it's called Kesha. All of these things just for this one thought. That's all. That's why Prabhupada said in Edinburgh, Krishna consciousness is so simple, you might miss it. Because everybody likes rituals and some austerities and some, complicated philosophy. And some tithing and some padayatra and this and holy waters and some movements with the arms. All religions say everybody likes this thing. But even Jesus said this. Forget about that. Just love the Father. And just try to love your brother. Lord Chaitanya more or less said, love Krishna and be kind to the other living entities and chant the holy name. Of course, Lord Chaitanya told us more about who is that Father. Which Father are you talking about? But it seems like religion begins with ritual because people are attracted to it. It's like punishment and reward, rituals, mysticism. In every religion there's always some sect which is the mystic part of the sect, mystic part of the religion. Why do we wear these Brahman threads? You have one, you have one. Why do we wear this? What's the use? Should I wear this? Do you know why we wear Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to show to the people of India that his disciples are Brahmins. Right? They're as good as Brahmins, according to the Pancharatrika Vidya. Yatha Panchanatam Yati Kamsum Rasa Vedanataha. That if you take some bell metal, it can be turned into gold through an alchemical process. So to prove to the people, to the Brahmins in India, that these Gaudiya Vaishnavas are high-class Brahmins. He gave them. But what are we doing with it over here in Moscow? Who knows about this thing? Why am I putting this on my body? Who cares? What's the use? I think about it. Maybe I should just throw this away. It's a stupid thing. I'm wearing this. Stupid thing. For 35 years I'm wearing it. But why? I don't need to wear this thing. If tomorrow I throw it away, you shouldn't even think about it. Huh? Because, okay, if I'm living in India preaching to the Brahmins, that's a different thing. Then I should wear it. Because then it will show that, Malachans from Papadesh, from sinful Western worlds, they can also become Brahmins. But I'm not preaching there, I'm preaching here. Nobody even knows what this is. Maybe they think I'm Jewish and it goes over my ear. I come out of the bathroom. It's like this. Mazel tov. What's the use? Okay, this has some use. Because Tulsi is very auspicious, touching her body 24 hours a day. It's okay. You can understand. I won't throw this away. But what's the purpose? What's the purpose? What's the goal? What are you doing all these things for? Just to think, for that one moment, Krishna has a beautiful face and nice hair. That's all. You do kirtan for 3 hours, it has no benefit unless you think for a second, Krishna has nice hair. Okay, it will purify you, But what's the purpose? The purpose is so you'll be purified so you can think Krishna has nice hair. And if you're thinking that Krishna has nice hair, then your purification is already there. Because otherwise you wouldn't be thinking like that. You'll be thinking, I have nice hair. Look in the mirror like, oh, I have nice hair. That's why we shave the head. So you won't think I can never look in the mirror and think I have nice hair, because there's no hair. Well, I can never change, like a dhoti and put, I think I'll wear red or blue today. This is like an Atma-tattva class or something. Because people who are Brahmin, they think they're using this thing in between the ears. Actually, even if they don't try it, it's working anyway. Just they always think, analyzing everything. That's why they're the leaders of the society, because they're the ones who think, and they figure out what's right, what's wrong, and then they lead the other people. But the other people don't like to think. They think, what's the use of thinking? Just do, do the usual. Why should I strain my brain? It's even so much harder for people of lower varna to think. It's like, really, real struggle. So the Brahmins are considered to be the leaders of the society. Because they think. Krishna has given them some special ability. Krishna gives everyone some ability. Vaishyas, they know how to make money. Brahmins can't make money. Right? Shudras know how to do with their hands something special. And nobody else can do it. And Kshatriyas can walk in a room and in 10 seconds they can figure out, he would be good for this, she will do this, these two people can work together, and this guy here, he is like this, and immediately just immediately organize the whole room. It's funny, or rather, should we say, it's kind of sad in an odd way, or odd. It's odd that the Brahmin people who are Brahminical are not usually understood or acknowledged or paid well or anything. But that's like their austerity. You see, they're the only ones that have enough faith in Krishna to tolerate all that and just go on and know that Krishna will take care of me. All the people will be disturbed. Of course, those who have lower varna, they can also elevate their consciousness through Brahminical consciousness. They can also do it. It just takes a little bit longer time, more work. But the Brahmin, he already knows that Krishna will take care of me. He is not disturbed. Other people will be disturbed. That's why they can't just sit and study and teach. Because they'll be too disturbed thinking about how about my money. So Lord Chaitanya is Vijayamani, is the jewel of all the Brahmins. So he chose what is the essence of everything. He just said, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna, Shikha. Just chant Hare Krishna and worship Krishna and follow Krishna's instructions in Bhagavad Gita. Any questions? Okay. No questions? Yeah?
You say that all these rules are not necessary.
No, they're necessary. I didn't say they're not necessary. But there's a purpose for them. It's not just rules for the sake of rules. Right? Otherwise, that's called niyamagraha. If you reject the rules, it's niyamagraha. And if you just only follow rules without figuring out what they're for, it's also niyamagraha. But I find there's plenty of both, but usually what happens in all religions is that people follow rules and they forget why they're doing it. Just like, I think about some Indian sadhu comes to Hindu home and the parents say, touch his feet to the children. And the children don't want to. Touch his feet. Why I should do it? It's good to do. Why is it good? And the parents can't explain why. No, you're just supposed to do it, that's all. That happens. People forget the reason why they're doing it. Then it becomes useless. Right? I'm not saying that they're useless. I'm saying if you don't know why you're doing it, then it becomes useless. Huh?
You said the Brahmins were the only ones who were certain that Krishna will protect them?
In general, yes.
Yeah. So
that's my experience.
So if when they become very certain that Krishna will protect them, then it may be that they don't feel the need to act at all.
I mean, like faithless.
No, I mean to become so passive because anyway they can see the arrangements Krishna is making. So is that a good thing? No. No, everybody has to act. Patan, yajan, dan, pratigraha. Right? The Brahmin has 6 activities he has to do. Everybody has duties. So he gives up the duties, then the question will come, is he really a Brahmin? Huh? Just like in Chinese wisdom, they say that the name
designates the activity. Teacher teaches, baker bakes, leader leads. And if he's not teaching, he's not a teacher. It's not baking, it's not a baker. It's not farming, it's not a farmer. So he has to do his duties. But, everybody knows that you may do something and then not get anything for it. Or not enough. I mean, it's not only, but usually it's Brahman. I know one devotee, he lives in Croatia, he has a big house and a car, but he owns 3 cows, he milks the cows, makes cheese and sells it in the village, and that's how he maintains his wife and 2 kids. And sometimes during the busy season, he drives taxi to make up a little extra money. But most of the time, he's just making cheese. I mean, most people wouldn't be willing to take that chance. Seems that at some point you have to take a chance. You have to make some risk to progress. There has to be some risk. Like in gambling. If you don't put any chips down on the board, then you won't win anything. Anything else?
What is mechanical attitude, how to say, doing things mechanically? Where is it coming from?
From the mode of ignorance.
Like a machine.
Yeah. A machine is in ignorance. And human beings have a tendency to be lazy, which is ignorance, manifestation of ignorance. So they don't want to think about it. Or if they think at all, it's rather superficial. It's shallow.
I had an altar call.
And talk a little louder so you can hear. Speak a little louder.
I had an altar at home and I had a lamp, electric lamp, and there was a wire, electric wire, and the altar was closed. And someone asked, what is the I said, electric offerer? Electric offerer. Whoa, how is that working?
Electric offerer.
100%. Wow. I was just walking.
They thought you just put
asked me, I devotee.
and you just plug it in and it's offered.
That idea was, you shouldn't do all these things. They do automatic. Then I open it, it's just a little. Oh, I thought it was.
You thought there was some machine where it goes like this and a little bell rings.
Does it mean that impersonalism also comes from mode of ignorance?
Seems so. Well, different things, but one of them is ignorance. One is fear. One is disgust. That's like ignorance too. Yeah, more ignorance is quite multifaceted creature. So, did this system work? It's good, huh? Better.
Which one?
The translation system. Okay.
Yes, no.
Maybe.
It's better for the speaker, but difficult for the translator.
Yeah? Why? Oh, right, because it's like this ongoing flow. Okay, maybe we can have another kirtan, or what's the time now?
8:25.
Yeah? One more kirtan. Yul Kishore, can you sing for us? Can you sing for us?
I think they're better singers.
Huh?
I think they're better singers.
Saga, you want to sing? Yeah, okay.
Я могу спеть, в том рядом, где